Cyrano.
What?
It's all right. It's all right. It's only me.
Oh, sorry. God, must have nodded off. I was miles away, sailing on the Solent.
Are you very tired?
Doggo. Oh, it's not so much the physical slog. It's the endless concentration. And I used to think weekly rep was hard graft.
Have you tried one of Cad's buck-you-up pills?
No, I'm saving those for when the going gets really hard. You look a bit groggy yourself.
No, just a bit of a cold.
Look, latest stuff for Gregoire. There's details of personnel and supplies, plus ammo requirements. For God's sake, don't leave it lying around.
I'm not in the habit of leaving things lying around.
Unlike some I could mention.
Have you seen her since you moved to Annaville?
Only once. I might look in on my way back now.
Do. She needs company.
I know. Take care. They've increased the spot checks.
Be in touch.
Look, Gran! Quickly, Gran! There's another letter from my mummy.
Oh, yes, Mickey Mouse. And a letter from Daddy. For me.
Oh, you got it? Oh, sorry. How much? 2 books, please. Sorry, Gil.
I gather you've been at the War Office.
Bloody desk wallet.
Hope they were duly impressed with our gen on the build-up in Area 3.
Impressed, hell. They want more, don't they? List of queries as long as your arm.
Why the devil can't they send in their MI5 chaps?
Colin's on the spot.
But damn it, he's not a trained spy.
Think I didn't point that out?
What's going on, Cad? There's more to this than meets the eye.
Yes. They've finally condescended to tell me. Combined Operations are planning a major offensive centered on that area, part of Operation Osprey.
So that's it.
Not only are we expected to provide all the data, they want our help on the ground for the actual raid.
Du kannst sie inzwischen durchsuchen.
Wohin fahren Sie? Was ist da hinten? Zeigen Sie Ihre Ausweispapiere.
Hans?
excuse me, I was looking...
Serrano.
What?
Meet Marianne Lafarge, traveller in cosmetics.
Good God.
Well, I got fed up with that dreary little district nurse. Anyway, I thought Krieger might be checking on her. Well, what do you think?
Well, I think you're mad.
Ah, thanks a lot.
Well, for a start, you look even more... I mean... Oh, damn it. You're supposed to look inconspicuous, Amy.
Oh, come on, it'll tone down.
And what about your papers and
They're
things?
getting
Surely
me
they'll be-
new ones, don't flag.
And what happens in the meantime? Supposing they stop...
Why shouldn't I dye my hair if I want to? Christ, what else is there for me to do? It's all right for you and Celeste, isn't it? At least you meet up with each other. You know what my life consists of now, just killing time. Pacing the streets, collecting bits of paper from the same old places, sitting in crummy cafes, not even allowed a fag. Then back here, coding messages till I can't see straight, tapping away on that sodding machine. And you tell me I shouldn't dye my hair. Well, stuff you. I'll dye it green if I want to.
Would you rather I went?
Don't you bloody well dare.
Sorry I'm late.
What in God's name?
All right. Serrano's report's quite safe, if a little damp.
What happened?
I made a detour through some woods to avoid some German soldiers. One of their dogs chased me. It's all right. No harm done.
I can see that.
No, I'm fine, honestly.
Will you stop being so bloody stiff upper lip? Let's get you out of those wet clothes and that scratch needs seeing to.
No, please.
What?
It's all right, just so long as... Please don't be kind.
You kept your head. Got the report back safely. That's all that matters. Come on.
An Alsatian attacked our Labrador puppy when we were little. And I went for it with a stick and it turned on me, and I've been afraid of him ever since.
Feeling afraid's nothing to be ashamed of. It's agents who haven't the imagination to be afraid that I worry about. There. That should be all right.
Thank you.
Are you warm enough?
My feet are a bit cold.
Here. Borrow these.
Thank you.
Clotilde's making you some soup.
Oh, lovely.
They're my best ones.
Well, I better knit you some more then. It'll give me something to do while I'm hanging around. What size are your feet?
44. What's the matter?
How can we talk about killing people and knitting socks in the same breath?
It's the only way to keep sane. I'll move my things into Jacques' room.
Oh, I shan't stay. As soon as I'm warm, I'm going to...
No, you'll have to. Your clothes won't be dry till morning. And besides, you've no bicycle now.
But Claudine will worry if I'm not back.
Damn Claudine.
Claudine, I can't find it. What was it you were looking for?
Therese.
The book I told you about. The one Werner is so anxious for me to read. You know, the Western.
Oh, The Decline of the West by Oswald Spengler.
That's it. I knew it was some kind of Western. I said to Werner, I told him I wouldn't sleep with him again unless he started to take me seriously.
And that's when he told you about the decline of the West.
You understand, Claudine, don't you? If you let men take advantage of you, they will.
As far as I could see, Therese, the Colonel wasn't exactly taking advantage of you.
You're just looking at the superficial things. The coffee, the cigarettes and things.
Oh, well, of course I understand, Therese. But there are some in this town who might not.
You don't have to tell me the looks I've had to take. Do you know someone threw a stone through my mother's window?
Oh, well, I hope you told the Colonel.
I most certainly did. Oh, he's a darling, really, you know. But I suppose I see the softer side of him, don't I? He hates the Nazis, really. The party, I mean. He was just a businessman before the war started. Did you know that?
I had heard. Yes.
But I really mustn't chatter on like this.
Of course not. And, here's that book you wanted.
It's awfully large. Have you got the pocketbook edition?
Did you have lots of affairs with well-known actresses?
Let me see now. There was Myrna Loy, Dana Durbin and Dorothy Lamour.
No. Did you?
You always interrogate men about their love lives.
No. But then I never met a man I could talk to before. I always wanted a brother.
I wouldn't have minded a sister. Although, Mother's always been more like a sister, really. We've always been friends.
That's why you get along with women. Not like most of the public school brigade. Does she know you're out here?
Mm-hmm.
You told her?
Well, I wanted her to be prepared, just in case.
Ah, you mustn't even think of it.
Well, I don't often. There's only when I see one of the Gestapo heading my way.
I saw two of them the other day. Dragging this old man out of a house. He was a Jew. Been hiding in the cellars. They kicked him around like he was a sack of potatoes. It was all I could do to stop myself from getting in there and kicking them. I'm half Jewish. Tirana? Tzadea.
Good morning. I've been to fetch your bicycle. It's in the shed.
You should have done that.
I reckon it would save time. I sorted out Serrano's stuff last night. I want you to take a message to Aimee. The cat will be champing at the bit.
I'll go straight on down if you'll have to have been to Claudine's and got changed.
How are you feeling this morning?
Fine.
You don't look too good.
I better get ready.
Yes, well, for God's sake, take care. Rumour has it there's been a new directive from Hitler. All British agents are to be treated as partisans if caught, rather than as military personnel. And you know what that means.
Extension 243, please. Good morning. I wonder if I might speak to Miss Ashley, Mrs. Woodville. Yes, it's in connection with my daughter, Elizabeth Granger.
Put her through, would you? Good morning, Mrs. Woodville. Faith Ashley speaking.
Hello, Miss Ashley. I hope you don't mind my contacting you.
Of course not. How's Vicky?
She's going back to school next week.
Splendid. I'll let Elizabeth know.
Miss Ashley, I wonder if I might come and see you once Vicky's gone back. I wouldn't bother you, only my daughter did tell me to contact you if anything cropped up.
Thank you, sir. I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks.
Oh, thank heaven. I was worried stiff.
I'm sorry, I got held up. I spent the night with Gregoire.
Did you indeed?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, it's only a joke. It's probably as well you weren't here. I had another visit from the beady-eyed Colonel. I thought he'd never go.
Did he ask about me?
In passing. I said you were staying with friends. And I played up the little widow story till I was almost sobbing myself. Hey, you look ghastly.
It's this cold. It seems to have got worse.
That's more than a cold. Bed for you, my girl.
No, I've got to get to Allenville.
Matron's orders, and I'll send Sophie to the chemist.
No, I've got an important message to
Well, the
deliver
message
to...
will have to wait.
Are you Amy?
Yeah?
Oh, thank heavens, I thought I might have the wrong place. I'm Claudine de Valois.
You better come in. What the hell are you doing here? No one's supposed to know where I am.
Celeste sent me with a message. She's not well.
How do I know that?
My dear girl, I'd hardly rush out here for my own amusement.
Well, for all I know, you could be a collaborator.
Well, test me then. Ask me something, but for heaven's sake, get on with it.
What's the name of Celeste's son?
Celeste Saracen has no children. Her husband was killed before he could propagate the line. Liz Granger, on the other hand, has an enchanting little daughter called Victoria, who was christened in Knightsbridge in 1937. Satisfied?
Glad to be sure.
Of course. It's just that I have a Velo taxi waiting outside.
So where's the message?
All madly cloak and dagger.
You better sit down.
Been entertaining?
Yeah, I invited the local police in for a knees up. So, what's wrong with Celeste?
Some sort of fever. She'll be all right, though. My housekeeper's looking after her.
Oh, housekeeper, eh?
She has been in the family for years, so Liz is in good hands.
Celeste, not Liz.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, you give her my love.
And is that the only message?
Tell her this will go out on my next sked.
Sked?
Scheduled transmission.
You do it from here, do you?
Oh, not always. I try and ring the changes. Too many detective hands around.
Well, I don't envy you your job.
I'd sooner have it than yours. Making up to the Germans and their lady friends now, that would really turn my stomach.
You think it doesn't turn mine? Ah, you're awake now.
Did you see Amy?
Yes. Don't worry. What a funny little thing she is. Not at all what I expected.
How do you mean?
I rather thought you'd all been recruited through the old school network.
You know, I'd forgotten what an appalling snob you were.
Let's face it, she wouldn't have gone down too well in Lausanne.
I don't know, she might have been just what we needed.
She's Jewish, isn't she?
What?
Your friend Amy.
What makes you say that?
I can usually tell. Don't get me wrong, I've nothing against them.
She may well be. I don't think we've ever talked about it.
Anyway, she said to tell you that her message would be relayed on her next sked. See how I'm picking up the jargon?
Thank you for going.
What are friends for?
I'm afraid our friendship has landed you with more than you bargained for.
Look at the risks you're taking. And this isn't even your country.
No, but it was always my second home. I hadn't realised quite how much France meant to me until I heard you'd been invaded. It was like hearing they'd marched into Devon or Cornwall. I'd never felt such a sense of outrage.
We had such fun, didn't we? Perhaps I'll show this to Colonel Krieger next time he calls. It'll add further conviction.
Oh, come on, Lois, not again. Oh, sod.
Struth. Might as well be in double Dutch. Come on, Faith. You're the wizard.
Bad reception again?
Yes. Can't blame the telegraphist. She's met his godmother.
I'll have a crack at it.
Combined operations have been barking at my heels again, too. So bloody frustrating. There they are, risking their necks to get us the information. We have this to contend with. There must be an easier way.
Hello, stranger.
You got my message. I thought it safer not to come to your room.
I wish you had. I got another flaming puncher. I had to push it the last 3 kilometres, and I just started my period. Mind you, I was quite relieved. I was over 2 weeks late.
No, I'm all like the creek too. It's tension, I suppose. Still, Faith did warn us.
I was scared it was something more substantial than tension. My last little fling.
Thank God it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't suppose Cad's got a pill for that.
Here, let me do that.
She's really got it made, hasn't she, Claudine de Valois?
She's a good contact. And she has lost her home.
Yeah, but she don't go short of much. Taxis, housekeepers, silk stockings, and plenty of black market food, I bet.
I admit she likes her creature comforts, but she is one of us, I promise.
Yeah?
Yeah, I trust her with my life.
Yeah, well, you are doing, aren't you?
Are there any messages for Gregoire?
Yes. Cab wants someone to go back to London.
Me?
There's no one else.
But if they want to know more about the dock situation, surely Serrano should...
Serrano's needed at the port. There could be further developments.
How long will it be for?
Only a few days. You'd be flown out, returned by sea from Gibraltar. You'll be thoroughly briefed by Serrano and myself.
Well, of course I'll go if you want me to.
I thought you'd be pleased. A chance to see your daughter.
Do you think so? I had visions of being incarcerated in Park Grove Mansion the entire time.
I'm sure Faith will arrange something.
Yes, she has been wonderful.
Right. Practicalities. We'll need to find another airstrip.
Hello. Hello. Oh, Roy. Yes, thanks for calling back. We've had a message through. Our people have selected a site. Yeah, I'll send someone round with the details so your chaps can get cracking on the aerial photographs.
The port defences are being considerably reinforced, but there is one weak spot here. The foundations are pretty shaky.
Because of the sand?
Yes. I'm recommending that they concentrate on that. The details are all there.
Why don't you take the bump upstairs, browse through it quietly. Then we can go through it again and you can ask any questions.
I will do. So I'll see you later.
She'll get it all sorted out, don't worry.
I wasn't. I remember her during training, beavering away.
How did she strike you?
As a candidate?
Yes.
Want me to be honest?
Wouldn't ask if I didn't.
Well, frankly, I didn't think she'd stay the course.
Why?
Well, it was obvious that she had reservations. She's a woman with a small child. It's hardly surprising, is it?
No. There. That's everything, right up to date.
Hang on, I'm just going to finish this row and then I'll look through it. You should be ready before I go.
You've got into a fine art. Knitting, the French way.
It's taking me a while. At home we were always knitting socks for soldiers.
English style.
All those make do and mend afternoons with Mother organising everyone and Vicky saying cross-stitch purses. It seems like another world now.
Not for me, thank you.
So Vicky went off to school, all right?
Yes. She didn't want to go, but she was very brave. Reminded me of her mother at the same age. How is she, Miss Ashley?
Fine. And I've some good news for you. She'll be back in London shortly for a few days.
On leave?
Not exactly. But I've no doubt she'll fit in a visit to you and Vicky.
And afterwards, will she be returning to Scotland?
Yes.
Do you know how long for? Only I had a letter from her husband.
Is that why you wanted to see me?
Yes, he's rather flummoxed. He said her letters were so vague.
Of necessity.
I hoped you might shed some light.
I'm afraid I can't tell you any more than you know already.
Which is precisely nothing.
I'm sorry.
Miss Ashley, I'm not a fool. As an ex-army wife, I recognize a smokescreen when I see one. My daughter is not in Scotland, is she?
As an ex-army wife, you'll appreciate the need for security.
Keep it from me if you must, but surely her husband has a right to know. There's something else I should tell you.
Ask them to do what?
Replace Celeste with a male courier trained in sabotage work. And I want it sent at once. Priority. The new chap can be flown in on the same plane.
Does she know?
No, and I don't intend her to.
Oh, but that's not fair,
Would you please keep your voice down?
Why do you want someone else?
I have my reasons.
But she's entitled to hear them.
No. Better she hears from Cad when she gets back.
I don't think so. I think you
I'm not interested in your opinion. Your job is to transmit what you're told to transmit. Understood?
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Right then, the BBC message. Aunt Maud will be going on holiday. Okay? Aunt Maud will be going on holiday. We've covered the arrangements for Liz Granger's pick-up and debriefing. Anything more on that front?
How soon will she be returning to France?
I was coming to that. She won't be.
I thought we were sending her via jib.
You mean not at all?
Kit has asked for a replacement.
On what grounds?
Communications, as we know all too well, are somewhat limited.
But he makes it quite clear it's no reflection on her competence.
Kit has asked for a male courier with sabotage training.
Thank God someone's seen sense.
Liz is not just a woman. She's a first-class agent.
That may be, but it's no place for her. What if it were to get out that we're sending young mothers into occupied territory? The whole outfit would come into disrepute.
Oh, so it's our reputation you're worried about?
We're not exactly the blue-eyed boys of the establishment, are we?
If that's what we were after, none of us would be here. To return to Elizabeth's replacement? I thought Nigel Pickett might be our man. He's hot on explosives. He's over 35, so he won't be picked up for forced labor.
Okay. I see the need for an agent with sabotage expertise. But why can't Kit have both?
Well, Kit's the man in the field. I must trust his judgment.
What's to say his judgment isn't clouded? The poor devil must be punch-drunk by now.
If I thought there was any danger of that, I'd be bringing him home. I'll be taking Elizabeth off the active list as soon as she returns. Nigel Pickett will replace her.
It's a damn waste.
She's done her bit, Victor. Let her go back to her family, eh? Where she belongs.
And that's another factor I had to consider. Something's cropped up on her domestic front. Faith.
It's her husband. He's been posted back to England.
This time tomorrow, I could be walking up Regent Street.
Do you remember the first time we ever met? At that War Office place?
You'd leaded your stocking.
And you lent me some nail varnish. And ticked me off for being a blabbermouth.
Now I feel like I've known you forever.
Me too.
Celeste, will you do something for me?
What's that?
Go and see me mum.
I'd love to if there's time. It depends how soon they send me back.
Yeah, of course, only if there's time. Give her this. A little present.
What's the address?
37 Victoria Street, Stepney.
37 Victoria Street, Stepney. Well, take care of yourself.
Yeah. Bye. It's been nice having another woman around.
You make it sound as if I'm going forever. I'll see you soon.
And tell Grandad to keep his chin up.
You can see what's happened.
Off its food, is it?
Not the rabbit. Blimey, I thought you were supposed to be the clever ones. Her in there, Matty's old lady.
Matty did explain before she left.
No, she bleeding well didn't. I had to drag it out of her.
No, I mean, she explained to me about her mother's condition.
No. Still, Stepney and all that. Don't suppose it matters too much to the likes of you. Now, she'd have gone potty and bleeding Knightsbridge.
That has nothing to do with anything, Mr. Furman.
Oh, not half. Listen, Miss Lardy-da, I've been around too long to mind me P's and Q's with you lot. I was at Wipers, you know, and Passchendaele.
Then you'll understand that we must all make sacrifices in time of war. Has Matty's pay been coming through to you all right?
Well, it's gone up a bit since my day, but it still don't barely keep me in Woodbines.
Matty was particularly anxious that both you and her mother were looked after.
I ain't no bleating invalid. Looked after. Yeah. You ain't come to tell her she's a goner.
No, of course not. Everything's fine. She just wanted to make sure her mother had her birthday present and that you were receiving her pay.
Fine bleeding birthday's going to be with Matty in France.
She told you she was going to France?
Of course. Well, not exactly. She didn't tell us. I just put two and two together. I mean, what do you want to put a girl like that in the Lardy-da Fennis for? She's factory fodder to you, that girl. The only thing that's different is she speaks French better than what I do English.
I can see where Matty gets her instinctive intelligence from.
Oh, don't you give me no soft soap, missus. I know she's in danger all the time. Now, tell me, and for once in your life, tell the working class the truth. Is she safe? Oh, come on, is she safe?
Of course she is, Mr. Furman.
I don't believe you.
Claudine?
Celeste! What sort of a day have you had?
Exhausting. I've forgotten how tiring teaching could be. Krieger?
No, his bitch. Poor darling. Therese is here. Come and have some tea with us. I'm trying to get her into a talkative mood.
Thank you, no, but I've got to go straight out again. I've come to collect my stuff.
Oh, it's on, is it?
All being well.
Give Vicky a big kiss from me.
I'll see you in a week's time.
I'll see you later then. Sorry, Therese. It was only Celeste.
the sod are you doing here? Shut up and listen. I've already wasted enough time. Krieger knows about the pickup tonight. His men will be waiting.
Sod, are you sure?
Yes, his mistress told me. Now, do you know where Liz is? I must warn her.
Oh, there won't be time. The BBC programme goes out in less than an hour. Once she gets the go-ahead, she'll be off.
Well, there must be something we can do.
I'll have to contact London Emergency Transmission. Oh, come on, come on.
Next square meal you get should be in London. Half an hour before Aunt Maud's due.
Amy's coming through on emergency frequency.
Yes. I'll put him through. Hello, Stanley. What? Shit. I see. Right. Leave it to me. Get me the BBC liaison officer at once. What do you mean, not there? Oh, hell. Then get me Bush House, quickly. Faith! Faith! Emergency message from Amy. The Germans know about the pickup. She can't contact Liz and the others. We've got to stop that BBC message going through. The liaison chap's already left for the studio. I'm trying to get Bush House. Oh, come on, answer, will you?
The programme starts in 10 minutes.
I'm well aware of that. Bush House, urgent. French section. We'll get onto the airfield. Tell him it's off.
Right.
Ah, will you please put me through to the personal messages studio at once? Colonel James Cadogan. No, I can't call back after the programme. That may very well be, but this is an emergent. Hello? Hello? Now I've been cut off.
Oh, hello?
I'd be quicker going round myself.
There's a family driver downstairs.
She better be a good one.
Hello, get me the duty officer, would you?
Now, here's the personal messages. Leon sends his love to Yvette. The band will be playing in the park.
Hell! Born 18th of June, 1903, sends kisses to his girl and thanks Joseph. Grandma Georgette thanks Marie for her gift. Juliet's baby is blooming. Aunt Maud will be going on holiday.
That's it, then.
Peter will be going up the hill tonight. His mother would like him back in bed by 13:50. I have a correction. Aunt Maud will not be going on holiday. I repeat.
Aunt Maud will not be going on holiday. Louis sends his love to Annette.
Which way will you go?
Across the fields, I don't risk the roads.
I'll come with you part of the way.
No, don't bother.
No, I want to. There's something I have to tell you before you leave. I haven't expected this. Maurice, what the hell are you doing here?
All's well. They heard it. The operation was called off.
Oh, thank heaven. If Liz had been captured, well, any of them...
Just as we were bringing her back, yes, that would have been ironic.
Now what?
Organise another pickup, post-haste. Powers that be are furious about the delay as it is.
Don't they ever think about the people?
They can't afford to. I'm not sure that we can, Faith.
Tomorrow night? By Lysander. The ammo will have to wait.
Not again. We're down to our last batch.
I know. But Cyrano's report's the first priority.
I suppose there's no hope that anyone will tell us what's going on.
Look, Maurice, I don't know any more than you do.
What about the reception committee?
You, me, and Celeste. I'm not risking anyone else this time. We should be able to cope with the Lysander.
I found out who it was. It was one of my men. He told his sister. She has a friend who cleans for the Germans.
Why can't they keep their bloody mouths shut?
Don't worry, he won't be opening his mouth again.
You've dealt with him?
Yeah.
Some of your brandy, Colonel?
No, thank you. This is not a social call.
Oh, dear. I hope I haven't contravened any regulations.
I have a proposition to put to you.
How intriguing. Do sit down.
No, thank you. Not only are you an extremely attractive woman, Madame de Valois, but I think you also have a keen sense of business.
I take that as a compliment coming from you.
Which is why I'm sure you'll agree to what I am about to propose.
Oh, what is it? I'm dying of curiosity.
It's quite simple. Either you agree to work for me as a double agent, or I hand you over to the Gestapo, who will doubtless enjoy extracting information from you about your British friends.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. It was you who warned them the other evening, wasn't it?
Warned who? About what?
Let's not waste time. Therese told you of our plan to intercept a plane from England.
No, I don't know.
She admitted it after a little persuasion. You also seen leaving the shop in a hurry after she'd gone.
I was going to visit a friend.
A friend with a radio.
I promise you, Colonel, I'm at a total loss.
Stop playing games, Claudine! I would hate to see you in the hands of those Gestapo sadists. I would also hate to see you lose all your possessions. You're a woman who needs comfort. I don't think a prison cell would suit you at all. Do you?
And that is the end of the personal messages. And now...
No correction this time. It's on.
Kit, the other night before Maurice turned up, you were about to tell me something.
Yes. I'd intended to leave it to Cad. But Aimé's right. You should hear it from me.
Hear what?
I've asked for you to be replaced.
Why?
It's best all round.
Who says it is?
I do.
Well, I've done my job all right, haven't I?
You know damn well you have.
Then why?
It's too dangerous for a woman out here.
Look, I'm prepared to take that risk, or I wouldn't have volunteered.
Well, I'm not prepared to let you anymore.
Don't I have any say in the matter?
No. I'm sorry. I've already lost my wife in this damn war. I'm not delivering you into the hands of the Gestapo because that's what it could mean.
But you're not replacing Aimée.
That's different.
Well, why? She's a woman. If anything, she's in more danger.
Because she hasn't got a child.
That is my business. If I'm prepared to leave
because I don't spend my whole bloody time worrying about her. I told you it didn't do to get close to people out here, that it makes one vulnerable. Well, you've made me vulnerable, and there's too much at stake for that.
I know what it is. It's because I'm Jack's sister, isn't it? If he hadn't been a friend of yours, if I'd been just another courier,
No,
I'd never met
blast
you
you,
before,
it's
then...
not because you're Jack's sister. That's why.